Dale, we've reached, I would say, sports nirvana. We have the national championship game on tonight. We have the Masters in a couple days. Major League Baseball's in full swing.
Fuck baseball.
And then we have I wouldn't say the playoff field's rounding into shape too much for the NBA and hockey, but they're full go too.
24 games left in the NBA season.
That's crazy.
That's crazy to think about.
How was your weekend, sir? I had probably the worst week of bets, I think, ever. It was kind of embarrassing.
I think that my recent toxic behavior in my lifestyle has led to a cold streak in my bets. Mm-hmm. Karma's kind of hitting me where it doesn't deserve to hit me right now. It's the worst week of betting I've had in a year. Opening day, MLB, I came on, told you guys confidently that I trusted the aces. Yu Darvish, Garrett Cole, Shane Bieber, all three of them let me down. I also told you confidently that Michigan was going to cover last week, Monday. That's what started it off. They did not cover. I repeat, Michigan, not very good, not a basketball school. And then also we bet the Zags heavy, and the Zags won but didn't cover. So
really fast on the Michigan game. I understand that hurts your soul to bet on them. That one probably hurt me the most because
Definitely.
That was a team that I thought could handle UCLA, and UCLA. Now we can transition into the Gonzaga game this week. I don't think we had to talk too much about the Houston-Baylor game other than us sipping the Houston Kool-Aid, and they were a no-show. I don't even think they got off the bus. Like that, the performance that they had on Saturday was kind of embarrassing. I'm happy for Scott Drew. I'm happy for Baylor. I mean, for Jared Butler to lead the entire team. I don't have too much more of that. I think I'm more pissed that I just drank the Kool-Aid for Houston.
I mean, it's hard not to, though. Like, Houston came in on fire, but when you shoot 38% from the field, and when players for Baylor like Jared Butler and Davion Mitchell go off and do their thing, it's hard to win a basketball game. And I think that's what happened. Houston couldn't get it in the rim, and Baylor just played a really good game. That's what happens.
I did hit the under in the first half by a point, which was kind of hilarious. I live bet it, and I hit it. The Gonzaga UCLA game. Now, Gonzaga was laying 14.5 going into the game, and we all thought, oh, don't overthink. That was your logic because the last couple weeks.
People were overthinking them.
Yes, they had won 27 straight games by double digits. UCLA came to play, and they were super aggressive. And for a moment, I think there was a slight chance that they were going to represent the Pac-12 in the national championship game. So they go into overtime. At this point, I'm just trying to stay optimistic with the bets at this. I'm like, okay, maybe this is where Gonzaga is just go on a run, just put it away, free throws.
I kept thinking that.
I kept thinking that too.
Every point in the game, they would get up like 3-4. I'm like, all right, here it is. We're going to get the run.
Okay.
Never got the run.
And then they're down. They're down 90-88. They hit that layup at the end. And you think, okay, there's 1.8 seconds left, whatever. Jalen Suggs, he's just going to throw a Hail Mary, and we're going to go to double overtime. I mean, the over was smashed by a mile. I think the refs wanted the over to hit, so there was no problem there.
No.
So you think, oh, how many times have we watched a crazy game where it's like, oh, let's just heave a fucking shot and see where it goes. It fucking went in. That was crazy.
Bank stayed open late that night.
He didn't call bank. He didn't fucking call bank.
No, but he did. The bank stayed open for him. You know?
Spectacular shot.
When Jalen Suggs got on the announcer's table, I had straight D-Wade vibes, and
I got tweeted that after the game too.
I got chills. It was so sick. Like, I don't think, other than just an ignorant bat flip at a home run that comes like in the playoffs or like a huge moment, I don't think there's a better feeling or celebration in sports than getting on a scores table after hitting a buzzer beater.
That was insane. And then
so cool.
At that point, Twitter completely blew up. I mean,
blew up.
And I just want to backtrack really fast. So you had a pretty wild weekend. We're getting into the orange tier, which I'm stoked for San Diego. So a lot of things are opening. I'm just reverting back to last year when there was no sports and we were talking about Leonardo DiCaprio walking his dog. Like, that used to be a topic of the show. Now, with the moment that Jalen Suggs had, I mean, in the Final Four, everyone was watching on Saturday night.
So sick.
And he nails it. And then, like you said, there was big vibes right there. When he was standing on the scores table, it was just like, oh, like his team just embracing him. It's awesome. And then
the best.
Bill Walton. Bill Walton reaction. So Bill Walton won a few titles with UCLA back.
1 or 2.
Yeah,
or 3.
Yeah, quite a few with John Wooden. And Jim Gray got a video of his reaction in the studio after the game. And it's funny because Bill Walton's like a 7-foot-plus guy. He has a special chair. Like, he has to carry his own chair. Like, people have to bring a mask. People have to bring chapstick, wallet, keys. This motherfucker, Bill Walton, has to carry his own chair.
When you know you made it.
and it's just like, I mean, just a classy reaction.
So, watching Walton, I didn't know what to expect when I first started watching the video, but watching the video, it makes so much sense. Like, great people, great players, legends, respect greatness, and I think Bill Walton, one, obviously devastated that he's invested in UCLA still.
Emotionally, physically, everything.
Yeah, you could hear him at the end of the game, like, rooting for buckets, saying what he thought that they should be doing. But after the game, all he did was give the standing ovation. I mean, guys.
He said great game. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
nothing more to it. Like,
Yeah.
Gonzaga is a great team. UCLA, you had a great tournament run, great season. And for a legend like Bill Walton just to stand there and do that, it made sense. Like, that celebration made sense to me.
It was such a debilitating loss for UCLA because I really thought they were swinging more momentum going into a possible double overtime.
They were.
And Suggs nails that shot. I mean, at this point, if you're a Warriors fan, I think teaming him up with Steph Curry at this point, that's all I saw from Warriors Twitter the entire night was, I can't wait to see him in 5 months. Like, okay, let me enjoy the moment.
Golden State is not getting Jalen Suggs. Like, Golden State Warriors fans, they're starting to become Yankees fans. They're genuinely starting to become Yankees fans.
No.
They had Kevin Durant for a couple of years, and they were on top of the world. They fell into a perfect situation where Steph Curry wasn't getting completely paid yet. Draymond was still on his rookie deal. So was Clay, and they could afford pieces around them. But now that they can't afford that roster, Warriors fans are fucking delusional.
They had that salary cap spike here in 16. That's the only reason why they got.
Warriors
were able
fans
to
are
afford
currently
Kevin
delusional.
Durant.
They're literally delusional right now.
Well, Kevin Durant's spitting in Michael Rappaport's face right now.
Well, I love that.
He's
You know
literally
who else is spinning? Special of the day. Frankie Lindor inked a 10-year, $341 million contract recently with the New York Mets. Well, I know that devastates you a little bit, but your boy Tatis no longer has the highest salary for a shortstop in Major League Baseball.
You know what? Here's the thing. I still feel that there might have been money left on the table, and I keep hearing from fucking people, whether it's Dodger fans, whether it's you, whether whoever blows me up on Twitter.
Well, that's both me.
Shut up. Ohio fans, hit him in the head, get him straight. Apparently he's given up on the Indians. He's a Dodger fan. I don't want to hear that. But Tatis is pressing right now. It was a little rough series. He had a few errors. He did have a home run yesterday, so I really feel like that's going to spark him going forward. At this point, being 22 years old, signing that big contract, he's going to be okay. In terms of Francisco Lindor, I think you're just in so much denial. It's like you had this really hot girlfriend and then she goes and cheats on you. That's what Lindor did with the Indians going to the Mets. And you know what?
wasn't on him. I was on our front office. I still love him. It'd be like if my ex had to move for a job and like if I'm a salty boyfriend, I'm like, oh no, don't do it. Like that's what's happening. I still love them.
That's a good example.
I still love them.
I guess what I can be proud of is that Tatis has set the benchmark for a shortstop's pace. So now Lindor cashed in, and then we have this crazy shortstop free agent class next year with Corey Seager, Trevor Story,
But
Carlos Correa,
we've talked about
Javi
this
Baez.
before. Baseball needs players like Tatis and Lindor, and no matter what you think, these two players are electric and great for the game.
Oh, for
so
sure.
the fact that there's like just little petty wars going on, like Lindor refused to sign this contract until it was $1 million more than Tatis's or whatever. Like that's what you love to see, like the Bauer antics, the Tatis, Lindor.
Yeah.
Like we need these kinds of storylines in baseball.
You mentioned bat flips earlier. Keep those coming. Padres, though, keep an eye out. But above all, Dale, we're in a really good week. Like I said earlier in the show, Masters this week. Jordan Spieth won the Valero Championship in Texas. We have a great podcast coming later today. Corey's back. Corey Peterson's going to be on. He's going to join us. Going to break down some bets. We're going to discuss why Dale's not a fan of Bryson DeChambeau. We're going to talk a little bit of Tiger. Just some good golf chatter. So I'm excited. So stay tuned for that. We're going to be pumping that out in the next day or so. So Corey Peterson will join us for the Masters Coverage Podcast.
Absolutely. And imagine that. Jordan Spieth finally wins another tournament. It happens to come in Texas. Whatever. Guys, give us a follow at WTM Daily. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Apple, Spotify, at Will Galvez, at @Arundel_. Follow the homies at JP25 Media. Like Will said, we will be back this week. Huge Masters podcast. We also are going to have our NCAA Championship game breakdown bets coming later today as well. Last day of college basketball. Enjoy the ride.
We don't stray away from adversity. We'll be back hot on our beds soon.
Let's go.